Hey everybody, welcome. It is my live feed talk on Facebook. I love this new live feed tool. I'm starting to use it on our private group page and also here on our public page. In today's talk, I'm going to talk about weight loss like a gardener. How to treat weight loss like you are a really smart gardener. So, hopefully today I'm going to dispel some of the old fat loss myths, particularly around why you don't need more cardio or you don't need to spend thousands of hours doing cardio to lose fat, why that isn't the primary solution you should be looking for, and also be talking about why doing weight loss through diet and calorie counting is inefficient, painful, and not the most effective way to do this. So the awesome thing about these this live feed option on Facebook is that you guys get to interact with me. If you have questions, if you want to make comments, would love to hear from you. I'd love to be able to answer specific things that people want to know out there. And then once I'm done it's going to be saved up there, and any questions you have, if you see this at a later date, I'll be glad to answer. My mission with 39-minute workouts to really take the pain and suffering out of health. And I talk about fat loss a lot, but it's not all I do. I really help people build stronger, healthier bodies, take back control of stress, be more in control of your health as a whole. I started as an acupuncturist and then got into the fitness industry. So while I do believe in fat loss, and I say fat loss, not weight loss, while I do believe in fat loss for health, if that's something you need to be healthier, my bigger goal is helping people become more empowered in their lives, helping people just dramatically feel healthier, more energetic and vibrant, and just getting the best out of themselves. So let's talk about weight loss, fat loss like a gardener. What far too many people do when they start a strength training program, like what we do here at 39-minute workout, is kettlebells. And if you do a fitness program, share that with me. Share what you do. I'd love to hear what you guys are up to out there. But when you start a fitness routine that first month, a lot of people freak out because they're like, oh my God, I'm not losing weight. My body's changing, yeah, but whatever, the pounds aren't changing. When you approach this like a gardener, you want to think about, what do you do first? You tend your soil, you till it, you add nutrients, you water it, you create the paths, and you plant your seeds, right? Well, when you start a fitness routine and the first thing you think, week 1, 2, 3, is, oh my God, I'm not losing pounds, it is like sticking that seed in the ground and the next day being pissed off when you don't have a 5-foot tall plant yielding tomatoes. It doesn't make sense. If you want to lose weight fast and that's all you care about is, I want to lose 30 pounds as fast as possible, well, don't do it with fitness, because you're going to build a more athletic body, and the first thing is tending the garden, is setting the stages for awesome, lasting results. Well, that isn't what happens when you do nutrition alone. If you just want to lose weight fast, which I don't really recommend because it really just exacerbates the problem and the suffering. Hi, thanks. Hello, Nancy. So if you want, I get a little flustered because I'm new at this whole live feed thing. So when people write comments, I'm like, oh, thanks for talking. So nutrition, what are we talking about here? What do I want to do? I got really thrown there. My God. I'm just going to start talking about something else. All right. When you do this, when you lose weight or lose fat through fitness, you want to consider that first month as changing your body. You are creating a more athletic body. You're raising your basal metabolic rate, which is the boring way of saying you're becoming more efficient at burning fat. You're building lean muscle, so sometimes the weight you think you should be, if you weren't there by exercising, sometimes you need to change that target weight. A lot of times when I talk to women, I'm like, what weight do you want to be? They're like, oh, 35. And I say, cool, when were you that? And they're like, when I was in college. And then it's like, um, yeah, you aren't going to be the weight you were in college. And maybe it was like 10 years ago when you were in your mid 30s, but you weren't doing it with exercise. Well, your weight's going to change a little bit if you do it with fitness and nutrition, okay? The big problem with only doing it through diets, while I said you can lose it faster, is you do lose it faster. You aren't really improving your metabolism if you do it through a diet alone, and you're almost guaranteed to get sick of the diet and sick of being hungry, which is really, hungry is like the antithesis of what I teach. I don't want you to suffer and be hungry. Like, that's not a fun way to lose weight, and it's really not about getting healthier at that point. So if you do it through nutrition alone, yes, you'll have faster results. It's not about tilling the garden. It's just about getting the damn plant up. It's kind of like modern farming. It's like stuff it with chemicals and grow it really fast. Who cares about the quality of it? If you're not that person and you want the quality and you'd rather have a tomato plant that, not that there is such a thing, that like lasted for the next decade, then you want to do it through fitness and nutrition and not through the word dieting. Okay, so let's get you out of the perspective of wanting immediate gratification of fat loss and get you into the perspective of this is a several month cycle of creating the environment for your body to really yield the best possible product, which in my opinion, and hopefully yours too, is nice lean muscle, an athletic build that moves really well, that you're really confident about, that you feel good about, not in an ego-based way, but in a really positive, empowered way. That you do metabolize fat if you need to. If you have 20, 30 pounds of fat, there is a piece of it that's just, the reality is it's not healthy to have that on you, so let's get it off the right way. So through fitness, the one thing I want to stress is to clarify a little bit of why strength training, and I'm not talking about working out like a bodybuilder, but why strength training and anaerobic cardio is so much better. If you're in the mindset that, oh, I need to do cardio, David, I have to do cardio to lose weight, don't you? The answer is absolutely no, because there's two types of cardio, and most people, when they say I need to do cardio, what they mean is aerobic cardio. So if you love aerobic cardio, awesome. I would say most of you, and me included, find aerobic really boring. And I'm talking like get on a treadmill, put your magazine in front of you, have your bottle of water, and work out for like 45 minutes to an hour and a half. It's boring, it's monotonous, and it doesn't change the body very well. It's not going to be a whole body change. It takes hours to do aerobic cardio. Anaerobic cardio is something you'd get with kettlebells or sprinting or certain types of swimming or interval training of any sort, where you're getting a high intensity and then a dropping, high intensity, like a burst and recover. And my clients from 20s up to their 70s all exercise with that principle. So there's a chart I saw this week on Facebook, and it was brilliant because it talked about if you do aerobic cardio for an hour, you burn calories for that hour, and then your body goes back to normal. If you do anaerobic cardio for 39 minutes, like my program, anaerobic cardio, you burn calories for that time, and then you burn calories for a 24-hour period. So you are literally like setting the stage of that garden for hours and hours to come. If you do that 3-4 times a week, that's really the goal. That's going to create far more systemic change to your body and take a lot less time. Most of the women I know, they don't want to work out like they might have in their 20s, because you probably have kids and jobs and a life and hobbies and other things you want to do, and not go spend an hour and a half at the gym 5 days a week. So cardio is the long way. It's the slow way, and it usually doesn't create full body changes. What you want to use is strength-based and anaerobic exercise. Okay? The next piece is the whole calorie and nutrition mindset. I want to get you out of thinking that fat loss has a lot to do with calories. At a scientific level, it does. But if you go about looking how to lose fat through calories, there's this one big problem with diets and with calorie counting and point counting, is they are based on being hungry to have success. Like 9 times out of 10, if I said, let's get you down to a 1200 calorie diet, you are going to grin and bear it and suffer and struggle, and you're going to hate it, and you're going to go, oh my God, I love my results, my inches are coming off, my belly's getting flatter, this and that. But all along in your mind, you're thinking, this is hard, I'm hungry, I don't love this. And that's the reality. And most of you, I know you know this experience, you might have done this 2, 3, 4 times in your life. You combine the up and down yo-yo and then hormone changes in your late 40s or other times of your life where hormones are changing on cycles. You're setting the stage to be, one, really doubtful of yourself, to really look down on yourself and think, oh God, I can't do this, it's a me problem. And two, you're making it harder in the future to lose that fat effectively. The more times you yo-yo, the more you've damaged your metabolism. So treat your body like a gardener. Okay, let's create awesome, great soil. One principle I'm going to teach you today, I'm an acupuncturist and a kettlebell trainer, so one principle I'm going to teach you is from Chinese medicine, from acupuncture. And this is really, to me, it's the holy grail of nutrition, because when you learn this little thing, and it's called dampness, when you learn about dampness and damp foods, you can eliminate damp foods and see far better fat loss without hunger, without dieting and being starving. I don't teach people to lose fat through hunger, because you're never going to continue that from now till the day you die. I want you to be satiated and love food and lose fat the healthy way. So dampness, I can't draw diagrams because it's just me and my hands, but dampness is like this. When you eat food, it goes into your stomach. In your stomach, your body's about 100 degrees. So the Chinese called it the 100-degree stew. Your body has to take whatever food you put into there and warm it to 100 degrees and rot and ripen it and make it something digestible. So the American diet is laden with damp foods, which is wheat, sugar, alcohol, dairy, and processed foods. We have such a chemical shitstorm in our body from all the processed foods that we're eating nowadays. I know people who live 90% off of food that comes out of a box, and that is like your body, from a historical perspective, from a biological perspective, doesn't know what in the world to do with dyes and preservatives and chemicals ad infinitum. And so your body creates all this byproduct called dampness, and it's not just from that, it's from overprocessed wheat. So it's not, if we lived in France and you had a baguette that was made that day, that was grown locally, that went bad if you didn't eat it that day, you could probably get away with that and be just fine. It's not wheat that's the problem, it's what we've done to wheat that is a problem. So if you're living on breakfast cereal and sandwiches and pasta and all of its really low-grade, low-quality stuff, it's going to create this byproduct of dampness. If you're drinking wine every single day, I hate to tell you this, I know they talked about it, it's good for your heart, it's good for this or that, it's good for fat loss. My experience is it's not good for fat loss. I've had many of my clients in their 60s who are daily wine drinkers lose 5, 10, 15 pounds of fat just by giving up their daily wine intake. And damp foods, I know that they're not easy to get rid of, but they're extremely worth it. So dampness looks like this. When your body doesn't know what to do with all that food, you put, let's say, orange juice, milk, and cereal in your stomach in the morning, that's all damp food. Your body creates this byproduct, and it basically makes you more lethargic. Think about that post-lunch drop of energy you might have, that like 2 p.m., oh my God, I can't keep my eyes open. Feeling really heavy in your limbs, having poor muscle build, so your muscles, you have more flabbiness, that's a level of dampness that over time, and also just an inability to lose fat. A lot of the diet people, what do they want you to do? The first thing, go on low-fat dairy and cheese and all this stuff, and they have you eating a bunch of damp food because they're focused on calories, not quality. So if you do it that way, it can work, but as I said, it doesn't make you the healthiest possible. It doesn't last. Get damp food out of your diet, and it's much more. You not only lose fat more easily, you become a healthier person at the same time. So I would have you focus, if you want to treat your body and your health like a gardener, I would have you focus on full body strength exercises, anaerobic cardio, and eliminating damp foods from your diet as much as possible. The way you want to treat that food is make it important and special. You know, have a cheat day, have a day a week where you maybe go off script a little bit. Because I'm not telling you don't drink wine. I'm not telling you don't have burgers and fries once in a while. I'm not that guy. I'm not some like Barbie and Ken doll. My wife and I are like, oh my God, we eat celery and live on, you know, water and celery all day, and we work out 6 hours a day. That's cute, but that's not us. I'm all for real principles that work for people, and so look, go make it a rational diet. If you have foods that you like, but they're not supportive of your health, then bring them down to one day a week where you go off script a little bit. But I want you to start thinking about fat loss and your health and your body as tending the garden and setting stages for the summer to come. Okay? If you plant the seeds right now and you start building strength and you start getting anaerobic cardio in your exercise and you start taking out some foods and replacing them with whole real food that came from the earth, I promise you in the next 30, 60 days that you're going to see better results from that, and it's going to be a lot more pleasurable. So I hope you enjoyed this Facebook Live. If you have any questions, now is the time to ask them. This will be posted as a video on my Facebook page, and at any time if you have questions, if you've watched this, I am here to support you. My goal is to take the pain and suffering out of health and weight loss, and so my wife and I are definitely here, ready to help you become more lean, confident, strong, empowered, whatever it is that you're looking for, okay? So I don't see any questions at this point. I am going to take off, and thanks so much. Oh, I got a juice. Is Greek yogurt a damn food? Great question. Thanks, Judith. Greek yogurt. So dairy, I could have put an asterisk next to dairy. The thing I'll say with dairy is it depends on you. I would put Greek yogurt, if you can tolerate dairy, as a good food. I like that it's high in protein, and when combined with, you know, fruit, seeds, nuts, things like that, it's going to be pretty decent. I think that's an okay food, meal or snack. I wouldn't call it a standalone snack. I would probably get some protein, you know, some other, like I said, fruit, nuts, seeds into that. If you particularly struggle with dampness, like you have really bad dampness, it might be smart to give up dairy or reduce it a lot. If you're somebody who fat loss is really hard and you're particularly lethargic and you're particularly fatigued, I might try to take more dairy out of the diet. But Greek yogurt is definitely one of the more positive ones. So that's a great question. Thanks for asking. Those of you who are dairy intolerant, like I am, it just needs to go. It needs to be out of the diet because it's creating inflammation and messing up your health. It's hard to have good health when your gut is literally being damaged by the food you're eating on a daily basis. So in terms of sugar, and I'm not talking sugar from fruit, but I'm talking about, you know, direct sugars and fake sugars, alcohol and processed wheat, I would put all of them as foods you should bring down as much as humanly possible. Okay? Any more questions in the next minute, I will field. And as always, if you're looking for full body strength workouts, we do have kettlebells here locally in Ellicott City, Maryland, and online at Transformation 39. I just bought a new URL yesterday, and I don't remember what it is. What is it, Abby? I think it's Kettlebells Online or Kettlebell Online, KETTLEBELLS online.com. That's a fitness and nutrition program. I teach you all these principles, and it can be done. I have clients literally in the US, Canada, and Australia and UK right now. So clients all over the world using our program and learning. If you don't know what kind of effective strength and anaerobic cardio, that's a program where you can do it at home with literally just 3 kettlebells. So thanks so much. I hope you all enjoy tending your health like a gardener, and thanks for joining me for my first ever Facebook Live. Take care.